Welcome to week 5, everyone. Our year 11 and 12 students have been back in school for a week, and our years 7 to 10 students now have just one more week of learning from home to go. We're looking forward to welcoming you all back into school in week 6, and I'd like to extend my thanks to our students and also to their families for your patience, your flexibility and your hard work over the first half of this term. If it were not for the COVID-19 situation, over the weekend many of you would have been involved in Pimlico Presents, on stage, backstage or in the audience. Sadly, it wasn't to be. I am pleased, however, to confirm that we have new dates in week 9 of term 3 for 2020 Pimlico Presents. Of course, that will be dependent on how things travel over the coming months in relation to the coronavirus situation, but we'll be doing everything we can to try and make sure that Pimlico Presents can still be a reality in 2020. With our years 11 and 12 students back, along with the children of essential workers in other year levels, we've had over 700 students on site this past week. With everyone back next week, we'll be at our normal capacity with 1,700 students and 200 adults at school. This makes it all the more important that we take sensible precautions around health and safety. There'll be a number of restrictions still in place when everybody's back on site. There'll be no year level assemblies for the foreseeable future, and nor will there be excursions or a range of other extracurricular activities. While the expert medical advice remains that school-age students do not need to observe normal physical distancing, adults at school still do. So we'll be looking to your cooperation and support to ensure that we can protect the health of our staff and other adults on site, particularly around the office, staff rooms and our canteen. It is of course still important to exercise good hygiene practices. It's important that you're washing your hands regularly. Try to avoid sharing equipment. Don't congregate in high traffic areas, particularly around stairwells. Keep a distance from teachers and other staff. And stay at home if you're not well. When our years 7 to 10 students join us, you'll have been away from regular schooling for over 9 weeks. That's longer than the normal summer holidays. So it's important that we take time to make sure that everyone transitions back into school smoothly and successfully. When you come back, there are a few key expectations that we'll be providing some reminders around. The first of those is uniform. Our normal uniform expectations will apply. That includes correct shoes, plain white socks, and the only jewellery should be plain sleeper or stud earrings, one set, and a plain watch. As we head into cooler weather, there is one exception that we will be making in terms of our uniform. We know that many families have had financial hardship through the last couple of months, and so in addition to the normal school jumper, students will be allowed to wear a plain navy blue jumper as well, and these are available at very low cost from a number of retailers. Please be aware though that it is just in plain navy. It's not other colours or patterns, but we're providing this extra flexibility for this winter only for our students and their families. In terms of our behaviour expectations, of course, our normal care philosophy applies. Cooperation, appreciation, respect and effort. These guide our daily actions and interactions. As we adjust back from extended time in front of screens, it's important to remember that our mobile phone policy applies just as it would normally. That means that from when you come into the grounds until you're dismissed from your last lesson, mobile phones are off and away. As we head into the final week of online learning, it's actually National Careers Week. And so at school, both physically but also online as well, we'll have a range of activities for you to engage in different career pathways and to find out more about different jobs that you might be able to pursue into the future. Even Student Council has gotten in on the act with their photo challenge for this week. Me, I would have liked to get dressed up for an exciting new career, but unfortunately my astronaut costume seems to have shrunk since last time I was wearing it, and I'm afraid that all I've got left in the house has been my final roll of toilet paper. So as I sign off from my last video to you for this term, all the very best to our 7, 8, 9 and 10 students for your last week of online and distance learning. All the best, everyone.